What's up, y'all? So it is another week on It's Consulting Time, and yes, I'm in a different studio. Y'all like these lights. Y'all like these lights. I am feeling the lights. But check it out. Now, I gotta put this out there. Joneses rock, okay? But tonight is the Harris mashup, and I have two Harris girls here, and y'all know I also love the Harrises too. But I'm really excited. So first up tonight, we're gonna be talking to an amazing fashion designer. And that's Miss Crystal Harris, right? And she's going to talk to you, about what she's doing. But we're also going to talk a little bit about the importance of, being well put together and what fashion design really looks like, right? Because everybody like, oh, I'm this, I'm that. But why are you doing it? And what exactly is it that you want to achieve from what you're doing? And I think the beauty in today is that we're going to start off talking about fashion design, and we're going to end up talking with a fine artist, right? Someone who can this chick, I swear, I think she just look at stuff and just start going to work. And so from what I understand with Geryn, oil painting is her thing. So guys, we're getting ready to have a funky good time. So I am going to go ahead and bring out Miss Crystal Harris, and let's go ahead and get this road on the show. Crystal!
Hi, how are you?
I am great. Introduce yourself to everybody, and then let's just dive right in.
I'm Crystal Harris, originally from Atlanta, Georgia, a fashion designer. I didn't start off doing fashion designing. I started off doing hair, and before that, I was selling cars. Like I
Girl,
buy.
you do hair. Girl, you look like you do a mean roller set, girl. You do a mean roller set.
So I started off doing that around the time when I got around 23, 24. I had my daughter. Her name is Naya. So I started off making the clothes after I had her because I wanted something that was a little bit more chill. I didn't have to go meet up with a client and do hair or whatever. And then I named my clothing line after her. It's Nia Naya Couture.
Okay. So it's now let me make sure I say it right. Nia Naya Couture.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Naya,
So
girl.
I wanted the name to look the same, but I wanted to pronounce it different. Even though people say Naya Naya or Nia Nia, I wanted to just pronounce it different.
Naya. So I'm
I
glad.
know.
I'm glad you said it first because y'all know I ain't trying to be butchering nobody's stuff out here. Okay. So
It's okay.
what
Mhm.
initially sparked your interest in fashion?
When I was younger, like my teenage years, I love fashion, but I didn't like to like look like everybody else. You know how back in the days we would go to the mall, they'll have a complete look on a mannequin. Well, I know in my head, if I buy this complete look, it's gonna be several others out, and I'm gonna see the same exact outfit. So I may take the shirt or the pants and I'll pair it with something else just to be different. But then I start seeing people doing that. So I was like, okay, I want to make my own stuff and I'll just pair it with maybe some jeans because I do mostly tops. I do some dresses, but I do mostly tops because jeans are basic. You either gonna get on denim or a colored denim or something like that. So I stuck with the tops, the bustiers, the leather jackets, and then with the shoes, I'm a shoe fanatic. So I'm
Yes.
also inspired from designs from shoes. I could look at a shoe and just vision what I would wear, and then I'll design from there. So it's like I'm building from the foot down up or whatever like that.
Wow. And look, you know what? Don't be taking the questions that I'm gonna ask you and
I'm
answering
sorry.
them already. Ain't nobody got time. No, it's good. I love this. So I love when it's in alignment because then I don't have to reach. I
Mhm.
already know, where I'm going. Because I don't like the formality, right? I want you to know you right here with me. We having
Mhm.
a conversation because that's what it's consulting time is about. It's about
Okay.
you coming over here, having a conversation with me, because we homegirls, because that's what it's
Yes.
about.
Yes.
Now, what
I
would
gotta
you
get you
say?
in some Leonite couture.
Girl, baby, girl, I will wear it. I will wear it and I will murder it, baby. They will know.
Okay.
Okay. So, what do you believe to be like the essential elements you need to be successful as a fashion designer? What are some of those things that, you know, it's just like, all right, the only way you're truly going to be successful with this is if you...
I think a great audience, because even though my stuff is creative and spontaneous, if you don't have the right audience, then it's not going to go anywhere. So, like, my audience starts between 23 all the way to 65. If I was like trying to showcase it to someone under 23, I'm not going to get the same attention or that same viral moment as I would that somebody would wear it. I know that's a stretch as far as the gap.
And so but let's explore it. Let's explore it then. Before we go there, guys, we're going to plug this, because when I'm working with clients, I will often ask them what's their ideal audience and what's their target audience, and I explain to them the difference.
Okay.
So let's talk about that. So from 23 to 65, let me show you how nerdy I can be. So we're literally talking about people that were born in 2000 all the way to people that were born in like 1958.
True.
All right. So we're coming across, you know, 5 decades.
Yeah.
Now, what are your favorite trends in each decade?
I mostly love to make my leather jackets because I can get really, really creative with them. I like the idea of making it look like it may be more than what it costs. Like I like to make a jacket look like it might be $10,000, but I might charge $700, because the whole point is, when I was younger too, I was attracted to the Roberto Cavalli and Gucci's before they start putting their logos on it. But those are high ticketed items. I want to make the same similar items, but not at that price tag, because like everybody can't afford to pay that.
Say it one more time. You said who?
Now everybody can afford to pay that.
Okay, so hold on, Crystal. Let's back up.
I don't believe in paying a whole mortgage for an item that you can either lose, somebody can steal, it can get burnt in a house fire, anything can happen to it. Like, I feel like we need to be spending that type of money on properties and lands and stuff that's gonna bring a return on your investments. Like, that ain't bringing no return on no investment.
Wait a minute, what I hear you saying is that you're not going to beat anybody over the head needlessly. I'm gonna say needlessly, because I know material costs. Because girl, let me tell you something. I'm a big girl, and I was a bigger girl when I was a debutante, and this lady had to make me a dress. Really? And I would never forget, me and my mama were at oh my God, what was the name of the fabric store? It was Barbie Fabrics, way back in the day. We were there, and she was like, "Well, how many yards of this I need?" And girl, that satin white material costs a whole lot of money, so I know how much it costs to make just a white ball gown. And you know, it had to be this big, so the crinoline had to be built into it, and then it had to section in it, girl. So I already know that a nice dress back then cost about $700 or $800. So I know how much it costs now.
Yeah.
So. But I guess the message, guys, that you need to get from what Crystal said is, she does charge for what her stuff costs, but she's not trying to create a situation where you would rather pay for this than to pay your rent. Because let's just be real. You here, I'm here, and we already know in the area that we're from and live in, or whatever, what have you, people legit care more about looking like they got it than actually having it. I know more people with car closets, and I mean that literally, because they want to put on these outfits and stuff and make it appear that there's got something that they don't.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I like fashion, but I'm trying to tell you, girl, I will Amazon you to death. But you will not know.
Okay. That's all that matters. Now, you know what about that? You could throw some accessories, a nice pair of boots or shoes, pumps, whatever, and a cute bag. It don't have to be no expensive designer bag, and you would look like $1 million woman.
Yes, ma'am. Look, I already know. Okay, don't give it all away, but walk us
Okay.
through the design process.
So with the design process, I try to pick out maybe 5 to 10 items
Okay.
that I want to make. So if I just can't come up with something, I just start browsing online with some shoes or whatever. I start from there. Let's just say I don't get an idea from shoes. My next thing will be going to an art gallery because I like to create structure and textures and stuff like that. So if it's not shoes, I'm gonna go to the art gallery. But let's just go back to shoes. I'll see some shoes and I'm like, okay, I want to play with this color, that color, and then maybe try to tweak this design if it's textures or whatever with whatever I'm going to. I'm going to the fabric store next. Then I start playing with the different colors. I might switch up different fabrics. I don't know. And then I'll just come back home and I start drawing out what I want and cutting out little details, little intricate details of what I want to make. And then I start first painting. I paint all of my designs. I don't like the basic blacks, browns, something you can buy in the store. I don't want to deal with blacks and browns. That's always in the store. Let me have some metallic pinks, some metallic silvers and golds, vintage golds, peaches, turquoises, teals, whatever, something different that you're not going to find in the mall. I'm going to play with my colors first, paint my items first, or my material first. And then I start putting on my little intricate details and then start stitching from there. And that's it.
Okay, guys. So listen, you just heard the design process. Now, of course, she has her little nuances that makes her Crystal Harris, the Crystal Harris of Naya Couture. I got it. Okay, so tell us a little bit about kind of some of the people that you've designed for so far.
I did several shoots with Demetria McKinney, D Woods from Danny the Kane.
Okay.
A young lady named Stack. She was from Love and Hip Hop. No. Love of Ray J.
Okay.
I worked with Lisa Wu several times.
Okay.
Samuel Jackson. That's all I could think of off the top of my head.
It's a different range. Like those, and the crazy thing about it is all of those individuals have very distinct styles. Like the level of sophistication changes with each of those individuals. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
So what is the hardest challenge or obstacle you've had to overcome in this business of fashion design?
I would say pivoting during COVID. I wasn't prepared for that. So I feel as though if I can turn back the hands of time, I should have been prepared more with my online presence. So my main focus was I have to be in front of you to make a sale or for you to feel, see, and touch or have an event or whatever when you know they shut that down. So I was never prepared mentally or physically to be online and do everything online, like online events or online something. I wasn't prepared for that.
Okay.
So I guess you could say I took a downfall. However, I kind of picked it back up because I was like, I could be making stuff while I'm sitting here doing nothing. So I started making more stuff at the end, but I wasn't really making no stream of income because I wasn't able to do an event. So that was the hardest challenge for me. And I kind of got depressed.
Okay. And Crystal, that's the human nature of us. Like, I think COVID had its high points for people, but it had a lot of low lows. Yeah. And I think for people that were entrepreneurs prior to COVID, I think you guys suffered the most. Yeah. And I say that because those of us who have always kind of worked in the public or private sector, but we always knew that we're going to have this set money coming in. So we're not really worried about it. Because I'm going to keep it real. I wasn't COVID. COVID really just gave me an opportunity to build the brand because I was good. Yeah. But when I started to realize I went from being, a child and adolescent, behavioral health practitioner to having to deal with the whole family. A lot of it had to do with the fact that these parents got these kids at home. A lot of them were pulled out of their jobs. They might have had, been able to pay them. I'm talking about before all the unemployment stuff started kicking in, because, that took a while. Yes. And so that level of depression, it was so severe. I
Hmm.
can only imagine that your creativity is really the only thing that kept you going.
Yeah, it was.
That's what I was just sitting here like, and I didn't, until you just said that, did I really think about, yo, she really had to figure it out. You had to become creative.
Hmm.
You had to have some innovation, and you
Hmm.
are already a leader. So we definitely salute you, Crystal, for real.
Yeah.
Well, how long have you been at it?
It's been 20 years now.
Wow.
Yes,
Just
20 years.
okay. So, what does the next 10 years look like? What is it that Crystal Harris wants to embark upon over the next decade?
I would say definitely need a team. I don't think I can go no further than where I'm at right now without a team
Okay.
because I built an expo. I need some help with my expo. And I want to expand my expo from 1 year to, no, once a year to twice a year.
Okay.
Then I also started a web series. It's called Married to Fashion of Atlanta. We been filming, but I haven't aired it yet. And I feel like I need my team in place for that. And then from 10 years from now, I look at Neonite Couture as being a well branded name.
Okay.
And you know how New York has Mercedes Benz Fashion Week? I want that to be,
Yeah.
even though they have Atlanta Fashion Week, I need to be near Night Couture, something with fashion where it's city and government official approved for Atlanta. That's why I see that at 10 years from now.
So it's
Also, I want to fall back from the scene and I want them to take over. I want to be doing something else. Allow
really
you to come in. I'm like, yes, that's correct. Yep, that's right. You're doing that right. No, do this like that. I want it to be
okay.
like that. That's what
So
I want.
you really want to provide opportunities. So basically, what I hear you saying is you really realistically you need a team of younger,
Yeah,
innovative individuals who truly have a desire to work and learn and not just be seen and be in the best. Because
yeah,
a lot of times now, let's just be real, and it's not the babies, it's the old babies too. Old babies wanting to I call a spade over here. You ain't got to like it because you know it's the truth. It's just like my auntie used to say when the pastor would get to talking and she'd be like, I know you're talking about me, but preach anyway, real. Because she knew he was telling the truth.
uh-huh.
Yeah. But I think, honestly, guys, if you're listening right now, Naya Couture just put out a call to action. And her call to action is to support her in building a sustainable team. What that means is she needs individuals who have a vision, who have purpose, not popularity per se, but purpose. And if you got popularity, the popularity you done had all your life, not what you done just created for yourself in these last few years. She needs people that are grounded in the purpose and the business of cultivating this brand because that's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
This brand is a representation of yourself, what I'm saying, your family. She can't have foolishness. So she needs people who truly are driven by purpose and love fashion at the same time. So,
True.
guys, tune in, tap in, support because Miss Crystal Harris is looking for you. So where can the listeners and the viewers, follow you and support your work?
So I'm everywhere. It's Naya Couture, NyaCouture. That's the brand. And then the expo is Naya Experience. So with the experience with the expo, which is August the 12th.
August 12th, people. She'll be back before then so we can really get some exclusives.
I provide a platform for aspiring designers and small business owners to come together as one. And they have this moment of fashion. People can come shop with the vendors. It's music, entertainment. I usually have a celebrity hosting the event. It's just a night of all fashion. It's a fashion expo.
Okay. So, guys, realistically, mark your calendar, save the date, August 12th. We'll be bringing you more information later regarding the expo. Crystal, we definitely want to make sure that we are able to highlight what you have going on from now until then, because I know there are some great things coming up. So we definitely want to be able to highlight, what you have going on. But I want you to think about a time when you may only have 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you want to say to the world in those 5 minutes?
As far as what, business wise or just
Period. What does Crystal Harris want to give to the world in 5 minutes?
oh, you caught me off guard with that one. Stay inspired, keep thinking positive, no matter where you are in life, figure it out. We got YouTube now. YouTube will give you a lot of good information on where to start. Like if it's financial, they'll tell you how to start from $1. Everybody go make $1. If you can't make $1, you can always do Uber to start your business or whatever. Anything, always set something to the side for maybe a return on your investment to invest in other things that you want to do. Just stay positive and keep going. I always say keep going.
Wow. Crystal, I really appreciate your transparency and the fluidity. I think that you have something that a lot of people are looking for, right? A lot of people are looking for sustainability. A lot of people are looking for this thing that can really make them pop. And you've popped, right? You've popped and you have some more popping to do. And we are here to help you just pop, 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 pop. Just like the good old festival popcorn that I love so much. And so, Crystal, we really, really, really appreciate you for coming over to It's Consulting Time this evening and just really spending a few minutes with us to talk about Nehemiah Couture. I am super excited. And what we're going to do, we're going to connect offline and prayerfully figure out how we can support in helping you build that team.
No, thank you.
Absolutely. Mark my word, guys. Nehemiah Couture experience in London coming soon. That's all I'm saying. That's because, baby, let's just keep it real. Sometimes you got to step outside.
That is so true.
Baby.
We have that on the calendar for next year that we're going to Paris with Married to Fashion, though. Married to Fashion of Atlanta.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you somewhere, and we're going to put this out there because I'm pretty sure some of them might be checking in. Start to think about Australia.
Oh, I never thought about Australia.
Nobody does.
Okay.
Nobody does. A lot of independent creators don't think about Australia, but those numbers are running up, so you better think about it. That's why it's consulting time.
Why you say Australia though? What you know I don't know.
There are amazing independent creatives in Australia, and they invest in their craft and they invest in their brand. Absolutely.
Oh, I'm gonna go look that up.
Yeah, I'm telling you, focus in on check out Australia, go on up and check out Canada, and also, dilly dally and look around in the UK and look for trends in the UK.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes. But Crystal, before you leave, let everybody know once again where they can find you and plug the date again.
Okay. Social media, Nehemiah Couture, that's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, all the social media. And then the website is IamNehemiahCouture.com. The expo is NehemiahExperience.com, and you can find that online as well with Nehemiah Experience. Married to Fashion of Atlanta. That's Married to Fashion of Atlanta.com. Instagram, Married to Fashion of Atlanta. Yeah, Married to Fashion of Atlanta. Everything is all the same.
That's it. Married to Fashion of Atlanta. Nehemiah Couture, Nehemiah Experience. Y'all better be ready. Crystal, thank you so much. And don't forget, we will definitely connect behind the scenes because we definitely want to see you build out and do what you set out to do.
Thank you.
Yes. See you later.
Okay.
All right, guys, we're going to take a brief intermission. And we will be right back with the girl, Geryn. And I like Geryn, y'all, because Geryn is from Richmond, VA, 2 up, 2 down. And y'all know I'm from Virginia. Virginia is for all the lovers in the house. So we'll be right back. Hello. Okay, let me just bring Geryn out because I already told y'all about this chat. Girl, that hat is giving me life. Unmute. You got to unmute.
Wow.
Yes, it is giving me life, period.
Thank you.
It's nice to finally meet you. And you know, I feel crazy. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you were at the Trap Museum a couple of months ago. And I was so invited to attend for your you know, when they did the thing, Intel did the featured your paintings there.
Oh yeah. You when they did one of the shows, yeah.
Yes, and that's how I found out about you. And then I started doing my research, and I was like, "Hold up, player, she from Richmond." I just left Richmond 2 years ago, so that's the home team. So Geryn, from Richmond to Hampton University, which is the real HU. You know, Howard always be trying to say it, but I hold on to my Virginia roots. Hampton is the real HU. But from Richmond to Hampton and now in Atlanta.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about this fine arts journey.
Ooh, it's honestly like it's still a journey even now. Like I got here and started doing things I never thought I could do. Like, you know, sometimes they tell you when like you have a dream or you have an idea, like, oh, okay, like that's cool, but you know, you gonna get a job? Like
yeah.
But yeah, it's just since I was younger, I've just been really ambitious towards what I was passionate about. And this happened to be something I was really passionate about and it stuck.
Okay.
And I just always encouraged and fed my dreams. Even in high school, I was teaching myself like government or something like that. And everybody else was in class and I took an extra art class.
Wow. So,
yeah.
All right. When you think about, you know, the arts, and I mean, I've seen, you know, you're drawing your oil paint, though, is your thing. What is it about oil paint? At first, explain to us the difference between paint and oil paint. Because, girl, I don't know nothing but paint.
I got you. So you have oil paints, which are not water dissolvable. So like water and oil, you know, they don't mix. Yeah. So like water doesn't really affect it, anything like that. It has to be dissolved with like paint thinner. So oil is thicker, more like, I want to say it's a little less pigmented than acrylic, but it's thicker and you have to apply it in layers so it can really make an impact. Acrylic also dries quicker. It's water dissolvable and it tends to be, depending on what type you use, it tends to be more, I guess, shiny in a way than the oil paint. But I prefer working with oil paint because a lot of people say it's hard. Like a lot of artists I talk to, they say, I haven't touched oils yet, but I started working in oils, so it's easier for me, but it takes forever to dry. I think that's why most people don't really understand.
So how long would you say like it would take for oil paint to dry versus regular acrylic paint?
Acrylic, you could use a blow dryer, and acrylic will dry in like 20 minutes.
Girl, I know. I will show you this giraffe that I painted the other day, but girl, I'm so embarrassed. I would not let
you. Don't be ashamed.
That's ugly. Woo! And we were using acrylic paint, and girl, I just thought I was doing something.
I'm crying.
But we used the blow dryer on the double, girl.
Yeah, it dries quick with the blow dryer, but the oil paint, I just recently discovered like solvents you could use to make it dry quicker, like overnight. But it literally takes a full year for oil paints to fully dry before you can even varnish it. Like it takes a couple weeks for it to dry to touch, but to fully completely dry so you can varnish it, at least a year.
So, Geryn, like, all right, are you just painting or are you painting and selling your art?
I'm doing both. I have done a lot of, I guess, pieces for shows recently, so it feels like I guess I'm not selling, but most of my stuff is for sale. I think people just get a little intimidated by the original prices of pieces, but they have to remember like artists come up with these original concepts.
Let's talk about it then.
Yeah.
That's what this is for. Now, Geryn, let's just be real. So, and guys, y'all already know I'm gonna make this as practical as I can for you, and I'm gonna try to be as tactful as I can because I respect Geryn. But you pay for art. You pay for the art you want to pay for. You pay for your tattoo artist. You pay for your Michael Kors bag. That's art. You pay for your Louis Vuitton. That's art. We pay for this. This is art. So, Geryn, what would you say the average price of an oil painting would be? An original creation.
Because oil paint is also more expensive than acrylic paint, most artists, like notable artists that I know, charging at least like $5,000 minimum for like a decent sized piece.
Yeah, let me tell you something. And no, when I tell you, I really thought you were going with 10. I'm gonna tell you why. So I cannot draw. I don't know nothing about that is not my ministry. But I've been to multiple art galleries and art shows. And baby, they had one at the hospital. You know, Chippenham Hospital. Girl, they had an art show when I was working over there, and I swear some of their art was going for like $10,000 and $15,000.
That's the right place to do that. Those doctors and people in the medical field have the money to buy the art. Art is it's so valuable. Like,
listen, I said, wait a minute. Let me see if these stick figures can go for 10,000 for real. But guys, listen, guys, and the thing about it is, you know, we're always talking to creators. We're always talking to, you know, musicians and stuff. But artists, fine artists like Geryn, they can design your entire house and give your house an authentic spin that is all you. You know, we go out and we buy all of this expensive stuff, not realizing there's value in art. Because it was one piece, and I was like, that just looked like a whole lot of paint thrown. And somebody else was telling me, you know, describing it to me. And I was just like, you see that? I don't see that. But it takes a special person to appreciate art. You know what I mean? And sometimes, like I told Crystal, you got to get outside of what you used to.
Absolutely. I've been doing things that I never thought I was going to be doing. Like, I've done murals now. I've sat here and been helping design and put together stuff in brands' offices. And yeah.
I mean, Geryn, you have a gift. And guys, when you get a chance, go over to her Instagram and check it out. Her art definitely has been featured in the Trap Museum. What are some of the other places your art has been featured?
I guess I've kind of been like really low key recently with some of the stuff that I guess I've been doing, but I work with a friend and he, you know, helps me out with my work as far as like my scope of work and things that I want to do and things that I'm passionate about. So right now, actually, Sovereign Brands, the ones who own like Bel Air, Bamboo, all them, I have some graphic art piece that I actually did on their countertop in their kitchen in their office right now.
So, okay, guys, so let's go there. So he's not just a fine artist in painting and drawing. Geryn, so tell us about this mixed media, down in graphics. What else are you doing? And define mixed media for everyone.
So mixed media is a combination of different mediums, like all put together. It could be oil paint. You could use texture. I use fabric. Like I've used leather. I've used crystals, pearls, iridescent, gold foil, colored foils. So mixed media is really just literally a mix of all the mediums.
Wow. All right, now Geryn. So I'm picturing this. I'm picturing like all of this stuff just sitting out. I'm picturing some rhinestones. I'm picturing some foil. I'm picturing some oil paint, and I have a canvas. How does that mix? Like how do you kind of make that work for you?
You just like, usually everything starts with an idea and an emotion for me. Like if there's no emotion and idea behind it, it's not happening. Like I can't just, I can create just to create, but of course it's always going to be an emotion there. So once I get a concept and idea down, then I'm like, how can I make this pop? How can I make it different? And so that's when all the extra comes together and it works.
And what do you need in your space to create? Like what will we find in Geryn's space?
I gotta have water.
Okay.
I gotta have a ring light to see.
Okay.
Gotta have air circulation for sure, because oil paint is very toxic.
Wow.
Yeah. And I gotta have gloves.
So, okay, let's talk safety then. So if oil paint is that toxic, like, do you have to paint in a said studio, or can you do it at home?
You can. I've only oil painted at home and my grandparents' basement. Other than like the studios at school.
Basement.
But those areas, like usually studios are properly ventilated, so you don't really have to worry about that. Like they have vents coming in, space is more open, so you don't have to worry about that. In my house, I've actually messed up my lungs a couple times, not realizing
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah,
though.
I had to do my research. It was another very notable artist that I follow, and she had, posted that she had been in the hospital, like she had gotten poor circulation basically from the paint. So after that, and the second time I did it to myself, I had to start taking it seriously. I bought a fan. I started opening the windows, running both at the same time, because you got to wear the gloves, because oil paint will literally give you skin rashes and burns and lesions that you really don't want to do. And it's like irreversible as you get older. Just like yeah. It's a very dangerous.
I was getting ready to say that. Girl, let me tell you something. You are really, guys, y'all need to be dropping some hearts, some 100s. Y'all need to clap it up for Geryn, because if anybody, I never knew that.
Yeah, that's something.
Oh, they're safe. They're having fun.
They never told me that either. Like as I was in school and things like that, that's stuff we didn't need to know, because our studio areas our classrooms were always properly ventilated. So when I got into oil paints, I thought, oh, I'm safe, like paint thinner and everything. I'm listening to my grandfather tell me, be careful, like with that paint thinner. I'm just like, okay, like, but yeah, no, he was pretty right. It's a couple artists that have actually, like famous artists that are actually passed now, that have died from that.
I can believe it. Wow. Yeah. Well, you know what? Think about it. I think about it like firefighters. Think about what they go into. And so I get that. I definitely get that. Wow. Guys, if you're just checking in, we're talking to Geryn Harrison. We're going to start to, wind things up. But Geryn, what is your ultimate goal as a fine artist?
I feel like I find a new one every couple months, every couple weeks.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It's literally no limit to what you can do. So I know I want to continue working with brands bigger than what I've worked before. I want to accumulate more work with more brands, more collaborations. I want to get into creative direction. I've been trying my best I have such amazing ideas. I just feel like I need to work with everybody, and because I'm able to put things together, I feel like it goes hand in hand. I want to be able to, have different branch offs of my brand and my business, home decor, clothes, just all different stuff. I have a whole mess of ideas. Just
wow. Yes, Geryn, you know what? I think that, and I'm biased because yes, I'm some really, really dope things come out of Virginia.
That's for sure.
I'm just gonna keep it real. And guys, it's not, I'm telling you, I kid you not, it's not just because we're Virginians, but I need you to really understand. I need you to go back to United States history class and government class, and I need you to calculate how many presidents came out of Virginia. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I need you to really think about what Virginia has set the tone for. Because you know what's so interesting? Georgia is on the map now as a political, powerhouse because it sets the tone. But I don't think people understand that for centuries, Virginia was that space for building, that space for the evolution of
everything.
The union. Like, I think y'all need to go do your history lessons, baby, because you need to know this child is creative simply because it's in her. It is in her. And I would love to see you do something symbolic of Bell's Owl. I would love for you to do something simple because that Bell's Owl going down there and it evokes different emotions as well if you know the history.
It definitely does. I haven't been down for a while.
So I'm just saying. I think that would be utterly amazing. And even though you went to Hampton, like, I think VCU would be blessed to have you to come and do something because VCU also has an amazing fine arts and visual program. Like, I went to VCU for grad school and Geryn, for real, it was it.
It's a whole different game there at VCU.
It is. Have you seen? When have you been back?
I went back maybe during the holidays. Yeah, I actually was there during the holidays.
The building that they built. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, on the corner of Belvedere and Broad. Baby, I was like, why they couldn't have that when we were there? It's on Monroe Park. Is even the same anymore.
And it says this is not a museum on it. Yeah, it's
a girl, and it is so beautiful. Oh my God.
It is.
Guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, go on over to Google, go to www.bcu.edu and go and look at the Fine Arts Building. It is amazing. It's on the corner of Belvedere and Broad. Geryn, oh my gosh, it's so many different things I want to know. But what we're going to do, we're definitely going to we're going to bring you back, and we're going to probably do an IG live so that the different demographics and different audiences can chime in and even ask more questions, because I have so many specifics that I want to know. Like, I really want to understand that creative process from the invoking of the emotion to the actual evolution through this whole process. And so, I want to know what that looks like. And I want the people to even get involved. I want children to think about drawing before you pick up a gun. Think about drawing before you pick up the drugs, before you pop the pills. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something about art therapy that I always try to tell parents that have little kids that are struggling. Art therapy. Look for a certified art therapist. I'm telling you, it works. And so you are just really a true study in leadership on this side of fine arts. And I'm super, super, super dope. Absolutely. So how can people follow you and contact you about possibly purchasing some pieces?
So you can follow me at GERYN_. So it's just my name with the underscore on Instagram. And then my email, if you want to contact for art, is GerynHarris@gmail.com.
Guys, Geryn is out here. She is making things happen. Make sure that you go over to her Instagram and follow her right now, GERYN_. She is utterly amazing, beautiful person inside and out. Now, Geryn, what if you could have a superpower? Any superpower in the world, what would it be?
This is so funny because this is like stuff you think about like when you're a kid, and you still have that intrusive thought when you get older a little bit. And you're
already know.
Oh my gosh.
I already know.
I think, and as much as a pain as this is to probably say, because I'm a real big overthinker, I probably would love to read people's minds.
Okay, you can have it. I don't know. I don't think so. Because, girl, that might be dangerous.
Oh my God.
Girl, because I can't hold water. I'd be like, oh, really? And they'll be looking like, how do you know? Oh, yeah, we know. Because we got it.
I'm already so intuitive. I feel like I already do it anyway.
Yes. So, Geryn, are there any final words that you have for the viewers, listeners, and supporters out here?
Yeah, just, really be yourself. And when you find something you're passionate about, hone in on it and make sure that you're practicing your craft, that you're not ignoring yourself, your needs, your desires, and always just push yourself to do more than you think you could do yesterday.
Wow. So, guys, be consistent, push yourself past the limit. Practice safety. And that was, Geryn, I think that was one of the major things that you put out this evening, the importance of safety. Guys, she has to be safe as a fine artist. So understand, no matter what you're doing in whatever industry, whatever sub industry, whatever discipline, practice consistency and practice safety consistently. And then and only then can we truly be great in what we're doing. Geryn, thank you so very much for being here with me this evening. We are going to bring you back. We definitely want to get you over there on the IG Live to talk to some people and prayerfully bring more fine artists together. So, because I want to learn. And I think the people want to learn,
Yes.
I think people want to learn, and I think it will be amazing. So keep on painting, keep on designing, and creative direction is truly on its way to you. Yes, ma'am. So thanks for coming by.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All righty, guys. So we are in over our heads right now. We had two amazing Harris ladies, and they are both designers in their own rights. And I'm so excited to have had them this evening. So, guys, remember, we'll be back next Tuesday with another amazing creative. Remember, It's Consulting Time is always here to bring you joy, jewels, and justice from the greatest creatives, leaders, and innovators. Have a great night.